Next, I think we should do is spawn stuff. So if we spawn enemies, we'll be able to start like tracking score when they die and so on and stuff. We can also, you know, instead of calling return the pool or whatever, or sorry, destroy, we can just return it to the pool. I should actually check for this, make sure it doesn't equal no. Just like that. What is next? So let's create a thing here called another folder, enemy. N-E-M-I-S, enemies, right? So we might want to make this a subfolder of ships. Yeah, maybe break it into players and enemies, but let's create an enemy manager first. Enemy manager. Oh. We're also going to create a class called probably enemy, right? We're going to want specific data about the enemy. I assume. We might be able to get away with just ship, but I think it might make sense to create an enemy class. Let's see. So what we're going to do here is this is going to be controlling how we're spawning ships and such like that. So public void spawn enemy. So vector 2, vector 3 position, right? That's pretty much all we care about right now. Maybe we'd do rotation. Oh, I'll do rotation in here, sure too. Because we might want to. We're probably gonna want to spawn it looking left. Such. So yeah, we might want to do a thing where we say public list enemy, right? Active enemies equals new, something like that. So these will be the current enemies spawned. So whenever we call spawn enemy, we're going to call prefab pool manager dot instance dot create instance of enemy. So we're going to need a prefab. Right now we only have one enemy type, so we'll just throw this here, even though we, at the end of the day, we don't want just one enemy type. Position dot and rotation. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I didn't call this rotation. So we have our enemy enemy instance equals. You probably want to add this to our active enemies. What this is going to do is say, hey, whenever we call spawn, we're going to say, these are our, we're going to add an enemy to this list and they will be the active enemies. So like if we ever have 0 enemies, maybe we can do something special or whatever. I'm just trying to keep track of whenever an enemy is destroyed and stuff so that we can, you know, we can do logic on it and stuff. And also return it to the pool and stuff like that. So let me think this through some more. So what's going to spawn enemies? So something with waves, I would say. Sort of wave manager would spawn enemies. Oh. Thanks, Tony Hydra, for the follow. So let's create some sort of little wave manager. Wave manager. How's it going, man? So what is this gonna do? This should decide when to spawn. So let's keep it simple, and we'll just do something like every so many seconds it's gonna spawn a new enemy where the player is. So public float spawn rate equals 1 second, right? Private void update and private float timer. For now, this will be very, very straightforward. Yeah, timer plus equals time delta time. If timer is greater than or equal to spawn rate, then you can set the timer to 0. And this is where we want to call the enemy manager. So we can make a direct reference to this here, I think, instead of the public. Enemy manager. Enemy. These can be components for now. Spawn. NnelGdaBandit, is that how you say it? NnelGdaBandit. Thanks for the follow, man. Spawn enemy, and so how are we going to do this? So we're going to need to know where the camera is. If we want to spawn it, we're going to want to spawn them over here, and then they're going to come through. I like Unity development too. What are you up to? I'm creating a prototype in Unity for like a space shooter. Yeah, just something straightforward. This is my second stream on it. Yeah, I can actually, if you haven't seen already what I'm doing. What kind of stuff do you do in Unity? Oh no. Boom. Oh, it is right now. I just started. This is my second stream for it. Total. But I'm just about to create and make enemies spawn. You know, every so many seconds, so that you know, there's just more than one enemy and stuff. I just got done talking about like prefab pooling and stuff, and how it you don't want to use instantiate and destroy all the time. You want to try to recycle objects using prefab pooling so that it doesn't it's more proficient this way, because when you instantiate something, it takes a lot of time to instantiate something, and whenever you destroy something, the garbage collector is going to have to clean that up, and that takes a lot of time too. And that's why you have a pooling system. Yeah, so now I'm at the point where I'm going to spawn some enemies and start making it closer to a game. So we have a camera, so we can actually have a reference to the main camera if we want. Let's do that for now, because we want to spawn these guys off camera. I'm going to say camera dot vertical extent. What is it? So graphic size. So same code that we're using to keep this ship in. What's it called? Camera straight. We can use a lot of this code to figure out where to spawn this. So there's the vertical extent and the horizontal extent here. So I'll just copy this in here. So as a refresher, I'll show you what that means. So when we see our camera here, the orthographic size maps to the up and down here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units up. And it's 5. So that's going to be up and down. So no matter how I mess with my screen, it's always going to be 5 up and 5 down. Now the horizontal is going to change based on your aspect ratio. So if I'm 16 by 9 or 16 by 10, it's going to be a little different. So to calculate that, I need to actually take the horizontal. I have to do this math. I have to take the vertical extent and multiply it by the width divided by height. And so that, using these values, I can get the corners where we want is like the corner here, and I'm going to spawn the ship somewhere between these two corners. Yeah. So we know that the camera's in 0, 0. So we can just say, let's do vector 3 spawn position equals new vector 3. We want the X is the horizontal, so we want the horizontal extent. And then the Y is the vertical. So right now this would just spawn where? Here. Here, it would spawn right here. So we want to kind of get a range between these two. So the horizontal extent is fine because we want it to the right. The vertical extent, we're going to need a random range here. Dot range. And it's going to be negative vertical. It's a positive vertical. Okay, it's the spawn position. Quaternion dot identity for now. Let's see how this works. So we're gonna have to set all this up. So let's do create empty. Call this the enemy manager. Enemy manager. And then we call wave manager. So this cares about this and this. And then, so we need our first enemy. So our enemy ship, we can add the enemy component on it. Fly. And instead of select it in the scene, like this. And now instead of him being in the scene, we're gonna actually create it. Let's save the scene. See if this works. My bet is it'll be backwards. Boom. They're coming at me, but they're coming at me backwards. But at least there's more than them. It's starting to look more like a game, at least. So we got to flip these guys, right? Let's do that first. This is getting somewhere. Fun to destroy stuff. Yeah. So returning an identity is essentially saying, let's spawn our enemy ship at 0 rotation. So like that. So let's not do that. Let's instead, why don't we use a transform here? Why don't we use this guy's transform so that we can the best way to do this. So we could use this transform right here and just rotate it 180. So the enemy manager transform. So we just do transform. Quick rotation here. Now they'll actually be facing us, at least. They'll actually look like they're attacking us. Yay! They're coming at us. And now we could literally do the same exact thing with obstacles, but not gonna go there yet. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's get rid of some of this. So we're spawning enemies now using this, but when we're destroying them, the enemy manager doesn't really know. We want to fix that. But before we do that, we can, instead of destroying them, we can pool manager dot instance dot return the pool this guy. Instead of destroying them, we're gonna return it to the pool so that they're recycled. They're reused over and over again. Get it going. So let's see, there's one ship. Boom, boom. So you can see them going into the pool and out of the pool. One thing here though is that if they get by me, they're just gonna keep growing. They're never getting cleaned up as they get by me. So we gotta fix that too. So we can do the on became invisible call to do the same thing we're doing here. So let's do private void on became invisible. If you guys have any questions, you know, just shout them out and I'll be happy to answer. On became invisible, return the pool. So now when he leaves the screen, they'll get put back in the pool to be reused again. So like they'll get disabled when they go off screen. Stuff like that. Oh no, they won't, will they? Oh, do you know why? I know why. It's because on became invisible only gets sent to an object with a renderer, and since the enemy thing doesn't, this top level, I did it on the ship. Since this top level doesn't have an actual renderer, it's not going to get called. So I'd have to do it somewhere where the graphics are. So one of these guys, which makes that less good for this situation. So maybe we have to do something more smart. We can always check the position. It goes off screen. Yeah. So I don't really like that either. Let's do this. Another thing we do is pick which objects we want this to happen to, like this guy, and say when that gets invisible, we can let this guy know and return it to the pool. That might be a little wonky too. So one other thing we can do might be a better thing is just we could check the bounds of the camera and see where it's at. I think we should let's do this for now. So let's move this out of here. And let's go to the enemy. Enemy scripts. Let's make use out of this guy. Instead of doing this, update. I don't think this will be our final solution, but for now, this will work. Public render. There's another way to do it. So if render.is, the render ever becomes not visible, then we're going to return it. So we're going to pick one of the renderers to act as its main object to use. So like this guy's this hull right here, I think this whole piece. Overrides, apply all. Let's delete it. Let's see if this works. So he gets spawned. Yep, they're coming back in the pool. Yep, they keep coming back. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ever. So if I destroy these guys, you know, there's only ever going to be 5, which is good. It's really good. Now we're not, you know, we're reusing them. So another thing is, if you notice that every time we return them, if we destroyed them already, they only have 1 health. So one quick fix for this is the on disable function. We can reset their health. So instead of here, we can just call on enable or whatever. Whenever it's enabled, we're just going to reset its health value to its maximum. Cool. So now, as I kill them, they should regain their health. Like that. Yep, so now they're not just taking 1 hit. Taking 3. I'm actually gonna change my chip data to be a little faster. I want to make it 10. I want to be a little more snappier. Sorry, that's been bothering me. It's been hard to shoot because I feel like my acceleration is too slow. Yeah. What's next? Thanks. Thanks, man. We created it last stream, the background. It's like 3 layers. It was using some old art, but what is next? So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'm also happy to answer any questions or comments below. Thanks so much for watching.